It's from the album from 1992. It's Oasis, Don't Look Back in Anger. It is 20 past 11 with Andrew Roberts on weekdays, Thursday, the 30th of November. Time now to talk real estate and a peek inside with Craig Heppel from Ulverston Real Estate. How are you, Craig?
Hello, Andrew. One of my favourite Oasis songs, Don't Look Back in Anger, because you'll trip over.
Is this the story you're going to tell us now?
Sort of.
Okay, mate, what's happening with the peek inside this week?
Well, the question we're posing today, is the real estate market about people or is it about property?
Mm-hmm.
And I hark back. Become a real estate agent, they said. It'll be great, they said. 21 years later, and I still love it. But boy, it throws some curveballs at times. I'm sure people think that us agents run around in flash cars, talk and text on the latest smartphone, sip coffee all day in cafes, open doors for prospective buyers, and watch our bank accounts overflow.
That's why you live in Ulverston.
What's that, mate?
That's why you live in Ulverston.
Of course, mate, yeah. Living amongst the hoi polloi. Lovely place. I love Ulverston. But one of my all-time favourite songs is Try Walking in My Shoes by Depeche Mode. And it means that much to me.
Mm-hmm.
Those exact words are tattooed inside my right forearm. So for every deal done, every contract signed, every sold sign displayed, every joyous smile you put on the face of a client, every exciting achievement, there are enough challenging moments to have you reaching for the bottle, tranquilizers, or calling lifeline.
You got the number then?
I've got the number. It's
Okay.
number one. So this is not a career for the faint-hearted, linear thinkers, or shrinking violets. When you consider 4 out of 5 people who become agents will be gone from the industry within 2 to 3 years, it can be a chew 'em up, spit 'em out kind of industry.
Why is that, Craig?
You're going to hear it as I just go along a little bit, but it's basically you are dealing with people. And that was the question we posed was, is it people or property? You can know everything about property, sizes, the stats, we'll call it, about a particular property.
Right.
But it's those people inside of the property and those that want to get into it, understanding them can be challenging at times because humans are hard to read at times.
We're funny people, aren't we?
We're funny people, right? So now I don't want emails or posts, asking if I'm okay, or dozens of care emojis or rows of violins when this episode hits social media. But one thing that few people consider is, and as you've asked, is that agents have to work sometimes intensely with other humans. Their feelings, their fears, their behaviours, their expectations, their concerns. It's a big basket of fish at times. And the physical real estate or property runs second to the people who want to sell and move on, as well as those who want to buy it and move in. So never underestimate the strength of people's emotional attachment to something they know they have to detach from. That sounds like a catch-22, but it's true.
Well, I can say that. I had a home in Townsville. I loved it, but I knew I had to sell it. And the things I'd done in it...
Yeah, and that's it. It's hard to detach from that.
Yeah.
It's a huge emotional attachment. So as an agent, we can be anything from a tennis umpire to a boxing referee, depending on the inner workings of the characters on either side of the deal. And boy, have I met some characters. For me, being able to guide and advise homeowners and home buyers to make the best decision in their own interest is what gets me out of bed every day.
Right.
A fellow I do a fair bit of business with behind the scenes and helps me strategically in the business that is Ulverston Real Estate, he asked, how would you describe what you do for your clients in a nutshell? It made me think, but pretty quickly the answer was obvious. I investigate the market, gather and provide evidence for my clients, then make well-considered suggestions to help them make better decisions. So does that make sense?
It does make sense. It really does. You can't just crap your way through it. You got to know what you're doing.
Cannot.
No.
Anyone that thinks they can BS their way through real estate will get found out very quickly.
And there you go.
So if anyone thinks real estate is purely about bricks and mortar, they may need to think again. Human nature and the psychological workings within and around are what drives the real estate market and those who are participating in it. All right, I'm taking off my psychologist hat now, and I'm putting on the statistician hat, Andrew.
Fair enough. Keep going.
All right, let's go. So here's a snapshot of what the market's up to leading into Christmas in our 6 major centres on the northwest coast. So we'll start to the west at Burnie.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of interesting stats here that I've thrown in that I might not have mentioned last time. First one is what percentage of the population own a home and rent a home. In Burnie, 49% of the population own a home, 51% rent.
Wow, I thought there would have been more.
Yeah, it's 51%, so it's nearly 50-50. Now, the median sale price for a house in Burnie is $411,000, and average days on market is 42 days.
Right.
Now, the change to the median price there in the last 12 months is minus 7%. However, in the last 5 years, it's up 43.7%. Now, the average tenure, so that's how long someone generally stays in a house that they own. And in Burnie, it's 7.4 years. So that's a fairly high turnover rate. Now, for Penguin, 78% own, 22% rent. Median price, $546,000. Days on market average, 32.
Just over a month, yeah.
Sorry, just over the month, yeah. So the change in market last 12 months is minus 2.9%. Over the last 5 years, up 41.1%. The tenure in Penguin, 13.7 years.
Why would you want to leave?
Why would you want to leave? Great part of the world, Penguin. Hello to everyone in Penguin. West Ulverston, 70% own, 30% rent. Median is 441,000 and days on market 32. The change last 12 months minus 5.3%. Over the last 5 years up 47.4%. The tenure in West Ulverston is 8.5 years.
That's pretty good.
The average Australia-wide is around about 9 or 10.
Okay.
Ulverston is 71% own their home, 29% rent. Median price, 466,000 and days on market average, 33. Now, the change the last 12 months, minus 3.5%, and over 5 years, it's up 49.2. The tenure in Ulverston, 12.4 years. Turners Beach, 82% own, 18% rent. The median price, hold on to your hat, in Turners Beach is 712,000.
Whoa.
Days on market, 42. So it's one of the best performing areas of Turners Beach. It is a lovely spot. The change in the last 12 months, it's actually up by 0.67%, and over the last 5 years, up by 49.4%. The tenure in Turners Beach, this surprised me a little bit, is 7.6 years. That's below average.
So people are actually selling and selling and moving and selling.
Yeah. So, and lastly, Devonport to the east, we've got 62% owned, 38% rent. Median price, 463,000, and the days on market, a little less there in Devonport, 27 average days on market. The 12-month change there is minus 0.5%, but it's up over the last 5 years, 44.5%. And the tenure in Devonport, 10.1 years.
Okay.
So a summary across those 6 centres, that's Burnie to Devonport, the median price is 506,000. The 12-month change is minus 3.3%. That's prices. And then the 5-year price change is 45.8%, with days on market on average 34.6%. So some interesting numbers there, Andrew.
There is very, very interesting numbers, especially here. They're in Turners Beach.
Yeah, Turners Beach. It's certainly a bit of a hot spot for people who are willing to pay a real premium.
Well, Craig...
sorry, mate?
I was going to say, Craig, it's a great peek inside about what you guys do.
Oh, look, I love doing what I do. Being an agent, I think one day, Andrew, we might tell my story, but, I spent 14 years as a cop in the major crime squad in New South Wales, and people say, cop to real estate. It's hardly any different. It's very, very similar. It's reading body language, how to investigate the market. how to ask the right questions. That's the big one, and how to really interpret what you're observing out on the street, so to speak.
Well, funny you say that. Funny you say that because a friend of mine that's a friend of yours also owns a real estate agent in Tormina Sawtell on the north coast of New South Wales.
Yeah. Shout out to Chrissy Hines.
Nah,
I'll tell him I gave
good
him a
fella.
mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's another ex-New South Wales walloper. Great bloke.
Yeah.
Really good, and a good operator. Does very well there.
Well, Craig, I must say thank you for today, and I want to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I understand you're handing the reins over the next couple of weeks, but I always love talking to Andrew. And if anyone wants to know where their home fits into these stats that I've just mentioned, just drop me an email at craig@alvestonrealestate.com or give me a buzz on 0400 180 515 and have a wonderful Christmas, Andrew.
I'll talk to you next year, Craig.
You will. 2024, it's here.
Fantastic. Sounds good. That is Craig Heppel, a peek inside. He's the Alveston Real Estate. If you want to get in touch with Craig, just give him a call, 0400 180 515. It is 11:30. It is weekdays. Coming up, we've got the Eagles and Kenny Loggins.